So, Ronnie, you've been at the head of a number of organisations as the chief exec. It's a lonely place at the top of an organisation, whatever size. How do you deal with it, and what advice would you give to others?
Yeah, I suppose leadership isn't for everyone, and I guess that's probably a good thing in a way. It can be lonely. It can be lonely at times. If I look at my career, whether it be Volution or on previous occasions, last year was really difficult through COVID, having to make some difficult decisions. But from my perspective, there's always been a sort of, if you like, an authenticity or and maybe it's often said, but as the leader of this organisation, I've got the absolute best interests of the company, employees, our wider stakeholders at the centre of all of my decision making. And my belief is that our employees, our colleagues, they're smart people. They know whether it's authentic and genuine. They know whether or not the decisions are being made for the right reasons. And I think if you make genuine, good decisions for the best interest of the business and the people over the medium to long term, I think that shines through. And I certainly hope and expect that's the case in Volution. So, in that regard, it doesn't necessarily have to be so lonely. And of course, you enjoy the better moments. I mean, Volution has performed excellently, particularly the other side of COVID, and we've had some really strong performance in our brands. I've talked about our Ventaxia brand in the UK, and a number of our other UK brands that are well known in the trade have performed really well. So maybe I've been fortunate. It doesn't feel that lonely, and I think authenticity is really key. And I've been very fortunate. My wife, 25 years, just recently celebrated her anniversary. Has been a great supporter, and I think in that regard, there's a lot of support around you. Whether it may not necessarily be as obvious, and I know sometimes people don't necessarily say this, but have a really supportive chairman at Volution, and I think that the openness. For me, it's openness and respect. If you've got issues, people will know you've got issues. People can see, and I think to be transparent and open about that. A problem shared is maybe a problem halved, or whatever. So no, it hasn't been too lonely. It can be, particularly under difficult times. We've had occasions in the past where the market has been more difficult. Maybe we've had to do some reorganisation or restructuring and reorganising. We try to limit that to the absolute minimum, but it comes back to being genuine and authentic, and with the best interest of the business at heart. And I think ultimately people will see that, and I think that's been my sort of watchword or byword for the way we approach things.